Okay, I embroidered a boot, and it's a boot that I had, and I embroidered it, and I think it turned out really, really good. It's just an old pair of boots I have, so I wanted to practice on something, because I've had a couple customers ask me about embroidering boots for them, and I don't feel comfortable embroidering something that I've never embroidered before, so I always practice on us. But what I'm doing is I'm using this hoop here, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I wrote the size on there so I know the size. So that is the size of this this frame, and my videotape recorder cut off. Thank goodness, I was standing right here beside it and I saw it. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but anyway, I just kind of fold it down like this, and maybe this is the way you're not supposed to do it, but it worked. And then I just spray the edges again, and then I make sure they're nice and stuck. Okay, now what I do, and like I said, this is my first time, so now if I'm not doing this quite the way someone else feels that I'm supposed to be doing it, sorry about that. This is just how I figured out. I did watch YouTube videos, but I kind of just figured out what would work for mine. I go ahead and put my frame on. Okay. Then I take the boot, and mine, this is, like I said, an old pair, and they don't have the zipper going down, but actually it would zipper on this side, but it doesn't have the zipper. So I just unbuckle it here, and then I slip this on, and I'm hoping you can see this. Let me move you a little bit so maybe you can see better. Okay. I slip this on, and I try not to let it like get stuck to the frame. I mean, you can pull it right off if it does, but it's just easier if it doesn't get stuck down. I use this line back here that's on the frame, the fast frame, and I use that as my guide. And I go right up to the edge of it. And I use the screw down as my centerpiece. So I go right up to the edge. Now this may not be the way you would do it for every boot, but this worked for mine. Alright, I pull it a little snug here, and then I go ahead and I clip it, making sure that we're recording. I don't want it to turn off on me. Then I pull the other side snug, and I just barely clip it as far on the edge as I can. I actually try not to go too far in. Okay. And actually, these should have been a little further down. Like that. And then I come up closer to the top, not to the top of the frame. I don't go to the edge. I can feel the edge of the frame. And I'm thinking that I should try to zoom you in. Okay, yeah. I feel the edge of the frame, and I don't want to be right on the edge, so I pull it snug, and I just come back a little bit with these little, and these are just those little clips like you use. Oops. I got them out on my husband's desk. So you just come here and clip. Make sure that it's nice and straight. I have a little pucker right there, so now that's up, and I don't want those up there. I go check the top again. And what I'm noticing is I'm a little too far on this side, so I'm just going to grab it and slide it down until I feel I might have to take these off. And like I said, this might not be the best way. This is just what I found worked with the other boot. So I'm just going with that. Alright. Make sure this is nice and straight. There, check it again. It's lined up there, check it again. Okay, now I've already got on the screen what what I'm going to monitor. Okay, I was going to show you that's the monogram that I have on there. There's the size that I'm monogramming, and that just depends on the size of the boot. I would imagine most women's boots are the same width around the top, but you can adjust that if you need to. I'm not flipping this because I'm not embroidering this upside down. So I'm going to click these arrows, and it's going to move me around so I see the edge. I'm going to show you that. You can see my little light right there, and if you watch, it'll move, and it shows me where it's gonna. That's the top left, and I'm hoping it's your left. Sometimes the video flips it, but that's my top left. That's the top middle, and that's my top right. And I'm just making sure that it's not going to hit the frame, and the frame's over here, so we're good. And that's just showing me the area that it's going to embroider. Okay. So I want to check that to make sure. I lined up with the lines back here, so the distance should be perfect because that's where it had it already set, so it should be perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check. My thread looks fine, my bobbin's fine. So now I'm going to click lock and go. Now I didn't use any type of soluble material on top. I just chose not to, and it worked fine, so I'm glad that I didn't. But if you felt the need to do that, then you certainly can, but I just didn't feel the need for it. I'm going to try to stand the tripod up so I don't have to sit and hold it the entire time. Do make clips specifically for, I'm not sure if it's for the Brother Machine, but for embroidering and holding things. And mine actually came with clips, but the lady was out of the clips, so therefore she said she was going to have to order them. And I have ordered a table, and I'm going to actually put this in my bedroom because I don't have room in here with all the soaping and stuff that I do to keep this machine in here, or at least I don't feel like I do. But I'm going to move it to my bedroom, and when I go pick up the table, I'm hoping she's going to have the clips. But these work perfect. These might actually even work better than the clips that come with the machine. I'm not sure, but these work fine. But anyway, she does have some clips for me. I just chose my color. I'm not sure what color it is, and I can't tell you right now, but I just wanted a lighter color than the brown, so I just, I thought this one was light enough that you could see it, but it wasn't so light that it was like a distraction. While that's embroidering, I did, and for some of you that are following me, I did embroider this bag, and you can't really see the bag. Leaning away from it. I did embroider this bag. I'm also going to embroider this little hat. I'm going to try that next, and then I have a red sweater here that was in the closet that I wear, and I'm going to try I got to decide what I'm going to embroider on it. It's not going to be something Christmas because I want to be able to wear it all the time. But I was thinking I might do my initials in white, but I haven't decided entirely. So I'm trying to kind of go around and get some different things to practice, because I do want to practice before I actually do try to do these things for customers. And you can actually speed the machine up some more, but I have it on 800 and I just don't want to speed it up too fast. I was even using it on 600, but I did speed it up to 800. And the lady at the shop where I bought the machine, if I'm not mistaken, she said they usually run theirs on 1,000. So I may speed it up eventually, but right now I'm just going to leave it on 800. Right now, as you can see, it's doing the W. Before, and I better not mess with it, I did a little clip right here on this end, but I didn't put it on there. It's going fine. I don't want to mess with it while it's in the middle of stitching. It does take a little while to do. It says it has 4 more minutes. It's over halfway done with the W, and then the S's are smaller. So I guess that means 4 more minutes. It might mean that it has 8 minutes. It says 8/12, so I'm assuming it means it's already done 8 minutes. Which it hasn't been 8 minutes, I don't think, but we'll see. Oop. I'm going to stop it real quick. I noticed up here, let me zoom out, that my thread is getting wrapped around the top of, oh, actually that's that thread over there. Okay, I thought my thread from here had jumped up there and was wrapping around the top, but it wasn't. That was the thread from the side. So because I stopped it, I'm going to back it up. Five stitches, just so I can make sure that I didn't miss any stitches. I'm gonna click OK. We'll click lock, and it's gonna start back. away from the machine and just come back later. I really don't feel comfortable doing that yet, because if I see that it's catching the thread, or that for some reason, and that's the only problem I've had, is that sometimes the thread jumps and it wraps around the top of the little hole on the bottom where the thread's coming out, and it will get so tight that it will pop. And if I see it and catch it, I can stop the machine and fix it before it pops the thread. But using the little net on the top, you can see the little net, keeps it from, and I probably don't have that on there right, but it is working so far. I just hanging across the top, and it keeps the thread from jumping over the top and wrapping itself on the little hole. Okay, it's through with the W, and it will tell me it's done. I don't have to do anything except click lock and go, and it will move on to the next letter. And I did overlap these letters because I wanted it to kind of be like the S was going down into the little fancy curve that sticks off of the W off the top and the bottom. You can see I just kind of hooked the little fancy curve off the S into the curve off the W, if that makes sense. But I'm super excited that it was this easy to do these boots. Now leather, these aren't leather. I think I have a pair of leather in there. I think they're new. I don't think I've worn them, and I think I got them last year. But if I do, I think I'll go ahead and try those. I will have to change the needle because these are like a suede, and you need the leather needle for leather, so I will have to switch the needle out in order to do the other ones. But I'm not going to do those tonight. And I'm hoping the bobbin's not going to run out while I'm doing these, but it won't really matter because you can't see the back anyway, so it won't mess it up. I'll just have a little piece of thread sticking off, I think. I'm really not sure. Okay, it's ready to go on. I'm going to hit lock and go. And the only thing you have to do is just make sure that the frame that you choose, which are like this, I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah, see right here, it's the frame. You have to make sure that the frame you choose is the right size for what you want to embroider. If not, then if the frame's too small, the needle could end up hitting over here on the side, and it'll break your needle. I've done that, so lesson learned. And it does say it's at 12 minutes, over 12 minutes, so it's finishing now. Okay, it's finished. It's finished. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Just remove the clips like this. And unscrew. I'm going to pull you out just a little so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to unscrew at the back. Just carefully lift it off. This is what I have. Then I'm just going to pull. Let me zoom you out just a little bit more. I'm going to just grab it right here and pull it. Yes, Kaylin? Yes? I'm right in the middle of a video. What is it? And yeah, go ahead on. You can go play with him. Yes, she's coming to play. Close the door quietly. Thank you. Alright, so what I do is I just take it and you just rip it because it is a tear away. I just take my hand and tear it away. Go ahead and pull the boot off. I don't rip the bottom part off completely because I kind of want to pull it back that way. And this is what is left on the frame. Then what I want to do is, and I'll bring you so you can see, is I want to take the tweezers and I just want to carefully pull the, and it's usually easy, the tear away from the middle pieces and just make it a nice clean, and it doesn't bother the threads. Just pulls it off. You just grab it like that, tear it. Now just work all the way around. You can see it's already pretty much cut because the thread, the needle cut it, but this little bit may like that one. Pull it with my finger. Now you don't want to try to get this part out because that's where the thread is, and you don't want to pull on that. There's one more piece here where there's no thread in the middle. It's kind of like in some threads there in the middle, but alright, so that's on the inside. You just tuck it back in. Like I said, these are just some cheap boots I had, and just push it back up there, and there you go. You have the embroidery on there and the boots ready to wear. That simple. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Remember, I'm not an expert on this. This is the first pair of boots I've ever done. Haven't had my machine but a couple weeks now. But if I can help, I'd be more than happy to help. But I thought they turned out great. Please leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. And please watch the ads. They help me out. And check out my other videos, Heavenly Soaps and such. And I will see you next time.